Hey everyone, it's Jordan, and today I'm going to be having my TBR prompt cards to pick my August TBR. So I decided that I'm going to have my TBR prompt cards to pick out my TBR again, but I want to let you guys know which prompts I've accomplished the last couple of months, but let's get to that. So for the prompt, most recent, the book that I've picked was Wings of Starlight by Allison Seft, and I did complete this prompt. So for readathon prompt, even though I didn't participate in any readathons, I did pick one of the prompts from one of the readathons that was happening back in June. I listened to the audiobook, that was one of the prompts, and I listened to the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, so I completed that prompt. So for Thrifted, I picked Recommended for You by Laura Silverman, and I completed that book for that prompt. And the last prompt that I completed is Book on TBR card, and I decided to switch that book out. I don't remember which one that I picked out, but the book that I switched it out with is A Foul So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kemmerer. So I am currently reading this. I'm on page, let me see what page I'm on. I can't remember where I'm at on the book, but I am gonna, let me see, oh wait, I'm on page 34, so yeah, like I said, I just started, and I'm going to be counting it since I started a book to complete that prompt. So for from the remaining prompts, I'm going to be shuffling these back into this deck. So I shuffle these cards back in the deck. I'm only going to be driving 5 this time around because since I did this a few months ago, I decided to bring back my genre wheel, which has all the genres on there, and my battery's about to die. Let me go charge it real quick. Okay, so my camera's charged a little long enough. Hopefully I can last a few minutes with this video, but like I said, I'm going to be drawing 5 books from this deck, and I'm going to be drawing, spinning 5 times on the genre wheels so I can pick books that are like specific genres. But let's get to my first draw for my TBR for August. Let's see. Booktuber rec. Okay, so I pick a book that is recommended by a booktuber. Oh, before I forget, when I'm gonna need to try to pick books that were off of my some of my library books added to my TBR because I'm trying to catch up with them. So other than the first prompt here, I need to pick a couple of my library books to add to this TBR so I can catch up on reading them. So first one is Booktuber Rack. I'm going to double check if there's one library book that I'm on my shelves that, or not on my shelves, a library book that I have is a Booktuber Rack, because I know, I think she read one of them, but I'm going to have to check on Goodreads, but I'm going to check real quick. So, okay, that's what I thought, and I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna go grab that book, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the library book that I have is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. This library book that I got, I don't know much about it. I think it's supposed to be a historical fantasy book. I think I'm not quite sure. Okay. Yeah, it's fantasy in there, and there's historical fiction in there, so yeah, I don't know much about it. I know I did like a little blind date with a book thing through my library, so I did this off camera, so I wasn't doing it for a video or anything because I was curious about it. So yeah, I do really like the cover, and I did hear about it because of Becca in the Book Says read it and give it 4 stars, so I'm really curious about it, and hopefully I'll end up enjoying it, especially when I'm trying to catch up on all of the library books on my TBR. This prompt is TBR jar. Okay, I have my TBR jar over there. Let me go grab it. So here is my TBR popcorn bucket. This is from when I went to Disney World for my honeymoon for its 50th anniversary. I have not updated this. So yeah, there's plenty of books in here, and I haven't added any books that I haven't had the ones that I've purchased recently in here, so I'm just gonna draw a book in here and see. I'll get the book I want to read. Okay. So let's see what this book is. Oh, Love, Life and the List. So, okay, so, yeah, I'm gonna go grab it. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna veto this book for now just because I have no idea where it is. I know it's somewhere in here. I have no idea, so I'm just gonna draw another book from here, and if I'm not in the mood for it, I'm just gonna veto that one, and then I'll just suck it up and pick the third book. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, Loki, Where Mischief Lies. Okay, I know that's on my TBR card, so let me go grab it. Okay, so Loki, Where Mischief Lies by Mackenzie Lee. This is obviously a novel about Loki, and that's all I know about it. I got this from the Museum of Science and Industry when they had the Marvel exhibit a few years ago, and that's why I got it. And I just really like this cover, and I still haven't read it yet, and I know that there's more Marvel characters that have a novelization, like Loki, that I want to read, so I do hope to enjoy this so I could get more of those. I mean, I know that I'm probably going to like it because Loki is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and yeah, I hope to enjoy so I could get the other books. See, next prompt is, let's see. Okay, even page number. Okay, so I am going to check with my library books first, and then the other books that are on my TBR, so I'm going to check if they're even page numbers, so I am going to go check over there, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the book that I found this and even page number, that was like the first thing that he checked because I want to prioritize it, which is The Queen Will Betray You by Sarah Henning. This is a sequel to The Princess Will Save You, which I'm trying to remember what the series is called. It is The Kingdoms of Sand and Sky. If you haven't read the first book is a retelling of The Princess Bride, but what if Buttercup saves Wesley instead of the other way around, which I do love. I love the first book so much, and I don't know why I'm so behind on reading this series, because I know the third book came out a few years ago, and I do want to catch up on it so I can finish the series out, just like any other series I'm behind on, but I'm just really excited to pick this up because I love the first book so much, and plus I like Sarah Henning's writing, and yeah, I'm just really excited to pick this up for that reason. And also, the number of pages of this book, just to prove it, it is 354, so it is the even page, even number of pages. Next prompt is book 2 fave. Okay, so I would have to go. I know there's a lot of booktubers' favorite books list. I don't want to go through like all of them. I'm gonna see which ones that I know of this someone's favorite books. So I'm not quite sure about this one, to be honest with you. I think for right now I'm gonna veto this prompt just because I can't think of anything on top of my head right now. So that one I probably could have looked up ahead of time, but I just didn't have the time, so I'm gonna veto this prompt and move on. So if you guys don't know, I'm allowed myself to veto at least 3 prompts, but the rest I would have to do. So let's see about the next one. Representation. Okay, that is very easy. So I am gonna pick out a book that has any representation in it, whether it's mental health, people of color, or LGBTQ+. So I'm gonna search for a book that has any of those things, so I'll be right back. Okay, thankfully that I turned off my camera for a few minutes, not only for it to charge, but my son was calling for me, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna pause the video and then help Kevin with our son, because he was calling for me while I was filming like I thought he was. So, but anyways, the last TBR prompt before the genre wheel. Let's see. Oh, different country. Okay, so any book that takes place outside of the United States. Okay, I can do this one. I'm trying to think which one I want to do. I've got to check the the books on my shelves and my library books, so I'll be right back. Okay, I was struggling a bit to find a book that takes place in another country, but thankfully one of my library books takes place in London in the UK, which is The House of Vasper Sands by Patrick O'Donnell. Sorry if I mispronounced the author's name, but I don't know much about this other than this is a historical murder mystery, I think. Yeah, it takes place in 1893, but yeah, I'm very curious about it, and well, like I said, this is one of the library books that was recommended from one of the librarians, so I just picked it up and I'm like, okay, it's a mystery, I am for it, and I never heard of this book, so thankfully I was able to fit 2 library books on my TBR, so yeah, I'm really excited to add another library book to my TBR, especially when it takes place in another country. Okay, these are all the books that were chosen from my TBR prompt cards. So now I'm gonna do the genre wheel. So for my genre wheel, there's when I used to do Ticket to Read, I put all the ones in there, and of course I include wild like I used to do, because it means any book I want. So let's see, the first spin. Sci-fi. Okay, I am going to veto this because sci-fi has been a struggling genre for me, so I'm just gonna spin again. And this does count as my veto, so hopefully I don't get sci-fi again, because that'll drive me nuts. Okay, I'm just gonna spin again. I'm not gonna give myself any vetoes for spinning the genre wheel, so okay, hopefully I'll get the genre that I want, because like I said, I'm struggling with sci-fi at the moment. Adult, so any adult book. Okay, that's easy. So I know that's not a genre, but it's like an age group, but I can pick any of those. So yeah, let me see on my TBR that I want to read that as an adult, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the adult book that I picked is a book that I've been wanting to read for a while, and I just been wanting to catch up because I've been so behind on reading books from this author, and he's one of my favorite authors, which is The Guardian by Nicholas Sparks. All I know about it, there's a woman who just recently lost her husband, and a few years after her husband's death, she wants to find love again, and apparently there's a love triangle going on, so I do hope to enjoy it, because this is one of the ones that I haven't read from him, and I know I've liked most of his books, so yeah, I do really hope that I end up enjoying it. And oh yeah, this is a very chunky one of his. It's like almost 500 pages, so but still, I do hope to enjoy this as much as any other novels of his. So spin number 2. Wow, so I can pick any book. Okay, perfect. I need to think, what book do I have in mind that I want to read? I know I could pick one of my library books, but yeah, let me see what I want to pick for this one. So the book that I picked for this is Jumper by Melanie Crowder. This is the same author as Macy, which I've read. I had to say, like 3-4 years ago at this point, and I do really love that book, and I thought I would try this out. This is by the same author. All I know about it is about a girl who just dealt with a fire or something like that, or a wildfire. I honestly don't remember, but I just know that I liked a book previously from this author, and I want to try it out. So yeah, I just want to try out another book from this author, and the cover's pretty interesting. And I mean it's an interesting cover, but there's like a wildfires on the cover, so yeah, I kind of been wanting to read this for a while, and so yeah, I'm glad that I got to pick out a book that has been catching my eye lately. Okay, so next bin. Fantasy, perfect. So I'm gonna pick out fantasy. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to read. So let me pick out a fantasy book that I've been wanting to read lately. So the fantasy book that I picked out, I don't want to keep pulling it off. I know I really want to read this book, which is Peter and the Starcatcher by Dave Barry and Riley Pearson. And this is obviously a Peter Pan retelling, but a story before Peter Pan. And I'm just really want to read this for a long time. And I know I did try a chapter tag last year, and it really caught my attention, and I know that I really want to read it, so I just think it's time for me to pick it up and not keep pulling it off. And yeah, I just wanted to pick this up, and I don't want to hold off, because if I like the first book, I want to get the rest of the series. So yeah, I am wanting to pick this up, and I just don't want to put it off any longer. Okay, next bin. Oh, another fantasy. Perfect. Okay, so I have another fantasy book in mind, so that's kind of perfect for that. I got scared because I dropped my phone and my son's asleep in his room, and I didn't want to wake him up. I got a little scared for a second, but the fantasy book that I picked is Bridge of Souls by V.E. Schwab. This is the last book in the Cassidy Blake series. If you haven't read the first book is about a girl whose parents are ghost hunters, and she goes on a venture with her parents, and I love this series so much, and I keep putting it off because of I try to read it around the Halloween season, but at this point I'm just like, I'm just gonna read it. I don't care if it's not the Halloween season, so I've been putting it off for that reason, and I just want to finish the series, and this is one of my favorite book series by V.E. Schwab, and I'm just really want to finish it because I want to know what happens. And apparently in the third book they're going to New Orleans. Like, I know that with the first book, I'm trying to remember where they went, but I know that they went to Paris at one point, either the first book or second book. No wait, it's the second book that they went to Paris, and I just love this series so much. I love the characters, and yeah, I'm just really want to finish the series. I just don't want to keep pulling it off. Okay, the last spin. Adult, okay, I'm usually not mad about that, but I'm just gonna spin again because I don't mind getting the same genre twice, but I just kind of want a different genre right now, so I'm just gonna spin again. Historical fiction. Okay, I haven't read historical fiction in a while, so yeah, I'm gonna go find a historical fiction that I wanna read. So give me a moment. Okay, I had to look this up. That it is historical fiction, but it has fantasy elements to it, which is When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill, and I wanted to read this because I've read The Girl Who Drank the Moon by this author, and I really enjoyed it, and I've heard nothing but good things about this one. All I know about it, it's about generations of women that turn into dragons, and it takes place in the 1950s, so that's pretty much all I know, and I am really excited to pick this up because I've been wanting to read this for a while. So yeah, I am really excited to pick this up because I haven't read historical fiction in a while, so, and I do read historical fiction, but not often, so yeah, I'm just really excited to add this to my TBR to balance out all the books that are probably mostly fantasy, so yeah, I'm really happy about that. Okay, here's all the 10 books that I'll be reading in August. I'm not going to necessarily read all 10 books. I'm a mood reader, and plus with me being a mom and being a reader, it's kind of hard to balance it, but I've been getting my read mojo back, thankfully, so I do hope to read at least some of the books on my TBR just to give myself some mood readings so I can just pick whatever books I'm in the mood for, and yet I've been slowly getting my reading mojo back, but not like 100%. I'm not gonna push myself or anything because I've been finally finding books that I've been really enjoying, so I've been enjoying reading again. So yeah, even though the reading slip was kind of on purpose for the first half of the year because of me being a new mom, but I'm just really excited for my books that are on my August TBR. That's all for my TBR. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and comment down below what books that you're planning on reading in August, because I would like to know. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and click the bell icon so whenever I post new videos. Also, you can follow me on social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads, which all links will be down below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!